All right, welcome back to TransGuyReacts. My name is Nick, and I make videos about women's basketball, collegiate or professional. And today, I'm talking about the WNBA games for Saturday, August 24th. Do not mind the background. I'm in the closet, which is funny because I'm not in the closet, but I'm in the closet right now. This is my girlfriend's back, her side of the closet. As you can see, it's a great place to record. It is what it is. But before we get into the games for today, there's only two. The news of the day transactions. The New York Liberty did release Jalen Sherrod, but immediately signed her, of course. But the great thing is they didn't sign her to a 7-day contract. They signed her to the rest of the season contract, which is great. So that means even if they make the playoffs, she'll be able to have job security, which amazing. The Los Angeles Sparks also released Odyssey Sims, but of course signed her back to her second week 7-day contract. So great for Odyssey. In terms of the games today, there were two games. One started at a particular time, and then the next one started at 6 p.m., an hour later, essentially. So I did watch both games, but I paid more attention to the first game. So the first game was the Connecticut Sun versus the New York Liberty. Dejanay, Dejanay Carrington, and Sabrina Ionescu. She fouls Sabrina Ionescu, and it doesn't let her land properly and gets upgraded to a flagrant one. So the game starts out kind of a little chippy at first. But the Liberty were playing super well to start, but the Sun are keeping up at the end of the first quarter. It's 20-25. You go into the second quarter. The Sun are able to tie it up with 7 minutes to go and then shortly get the lead by 4. And I was like, ooh, look at the Sun coming out here to play. Liberty do come roaring back, and at the halftime, it is 40-38. So Liberty are making it very competitive. For the halftime show, it was very weird. I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just so like New York, I guess. It was the Urban Word New NYC, and it was like a spoken word performance. And for me, I don't know, spoken word is just too much. It's too dramatic. It's over the top. But can't like hate on two young women doing a spoken word. And it was kind of interesting, because it was trilingual. It was like young woman was doing Spanish, the other one was doing Chinese, and they were both speaking in English, and they would cross at times. So that was kind of cool, but it's still spoken word, and it's just so. I'm just in my head. I'm just hearing snaps. I'm a little played out, but I just don't care for spoken word. I just think it's a little too serious for its own good. Yeah, I'll say that. But it's great for people figuring themselves out. It's a great personal development kind of thing. Anyway, going back to the game, we go into the third quarter. Sun go on a run. They go up like 9 points. So it was like pretty interesting. And then the Liberty cut into that lead, and Leonie Fibich for the Liberty was like coming alive in that third quarter. Also found out that the mascot for New York Liberty, Ellie the elephant, she doesn't like peanuts. Interesting. That's an interesting quirk for a mascot, an elephant mascot. And she's like, I don't like peanuts. That's interesting. Anyway, going to the fourth quarter, Dejanay Carrington is going off, and the Sun are able to like go on an extended lead. I think with the help of Tyisha Harris, they go 66-53. 6 minutes left in the game. Sun are able to maintain that lead, and towards the end of the game, Sabrina Ionescu gets a technical foul because she fouls someone with 50 seconds left in the game, and she gets mad at the ref, and they give her a technical. Then Jalen Sherrod actually gets in the game. I don't know why they put her in the game with like 30 seconds left in the game, but they let her get in the game. Immediately, her and Dejanay Carrington go at it, and Sherrod ends up kind of fouling her and falls on the ground, and then Dejanay literally stares her down and kind of stands over her, and then Jalen Sherrod says something crazy to her, because rightfully so. It's like Dejanay, you did not need to stand over her like that. It was a little too much, a little extra. The refs, separated them. Team members separated them. The refs go to review the sequence, and they give both players a technical. So it's a double technical. It cancels each other's out. It was like, whoa, this is a lot of intense emotions at the end of this game. The Liberty do kind of basically give up at that point, and they end up bouncing it out with 30 seconds left, 20 seconds left in the game. And this is the only loss in the series against the Sun. They have 3 wins against them, and this is their only loss. So the final was 72-64. And let's take a look at the. Let me move you over so I can see better. So the So looking at the box score, Leonie Fibich played really well. She had 14 points, 5 rebounds. Brianna Stewart. She had 15 points, 15 rebounds, which is kind of a quiet night for her. But she did have 2 steals and 3 blocks. She was doing everything else, even though she wasn't scoring at a high clip. She was defending and rebounding. Jonquel Jones had 10 points, 8 rebounds. She had a lot of turnovers. Sabrina Ionescu had 12 points. Courtney Vandersloot had 7, and that was kind of the only big shooters for the team. The Connecticut Sun, on the other hand, DeWanna Bonner had 10 points, 12 rebounds for a double-double, 2 steals. Brianna Jones had 11 points, 6 rebounds. Dejanay Carrington had 13 points, 2 steals, 1 block. Marina Mabry had 15 points, 6 rebounds. Is that like 4 assists? Yeah, she had a pretty good game. She was hitting all types of threes. And Olivia Nesson-Adota had 12 points. So really great outing for the Connecticut Sun. They did not want to lose. They didn't want to get swept by the New York Liberty. So then, an hour later into the game, the first game, it was the second game. It was the Indiana Fever versus the Minnesota Lynx. And I have to say, I wasn't paying a lot of attention to this game, to be honest, until the second half. Because honestly, I don't really care about either team, to be honest. They're not my favorite teams. I don't really care about them that much. But I did watch because it was a game and it was on. It was the retirement ceremony for Maya, retirement, like the jersey retirement for Maya Moore. And there were lots of Iowa fans in the crowd because I guess it's not a far drive for Iowa. And so there was a lot of people there for the Indiana team, mainly for Caitlin. So they were like cheering them on, which I find a little disrespectful. But whatever. It's you want to pay money to go to an opposing team's arena and cheer for the opposing team. I guess that's your right, but you're kind of stupid. But whatever. So anyway, it was a strong start for the Minnesota Lynx. They were dominating the Fever. It was 16-29 at the end of the first quarter. I was like, ooh, Lynx about to whoop that ass. In the second quarter, the commentators end up interviewing Maya Moore. She says all the right things. They do show Simone Augustus and Sylvia Fowles in the house, which was cool to see them in the building. I kind of figured they would be. The Lynx are in control for most of the second quarter until the last 4 minutes, and then all of a sudden Indiana started turning it on, and it was 44-45 at halftime, only a 1-point advantage for Liberty. You go into the third quarter, it's super tight quarter, but the Lynx start to wear down and start getting a lead, and I'm like, okay, they're doing their thing, they're trying to get back into it, and they get the lead back up to 10 points, but at the end of the third quarter, it's 60-67. Go into the fourth quarter, the cameras do cut to Lindsay Whalen and Janelle McCarville, who are at the game for this ceremony. So I was like super happy to see them because they played for Minnesota in college and for pro, and they were just a great team together. So it was nice to see them. And I have to say, I don't want to like say anything negative, but like Lindsay Whalen does not look the same. I mean, of course, people get older and bodies change and stuff, but the way that she looks, I'm just a little concerned that she might not be happy. And I don't know what's going on in her personal life, but I hope she's doing all right. Anyway, Lynx get a fire under their ass, and they start to extend the lead again in the fourth quarter, and it's 71-84 with 4 minutes left in the game. They pretty much effectively shut Clark down in that second half. She does not shoot very well in the entire second half of the game, and then even at one point the crowd starts yelling "NV to Napheesa Collier, "NV MVP." So that was pretty funny. The game ends 80-90 is the final score. They do keep the broadcast on because it is Maya Moore's jersey retirement ceremony. And so the Jordan brand was there. They gave her some custom stuff like gold-plated shoes, this custom jacket. A lot of her former teammates were there and they talked. So Janelle McCarville, Taj McWilliam Franklin, Sylvia Fowles, Simone Augustus, Rebecca Brunson, and Lindsay Whalen all had a few words to say, which were really great and funny. Cheryl Reeve, of course, ends it with her words, and then they show up a whole bunch of clips of people saying some nice things, including some of the people who were already there, but more people that have known Maya Moore over her tenure, like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi and all that. Then they do the jersey reveal, and then Maya speaks for a little bit. She's emotional naturally, as you would expect. And then that's kind of it. They show the jersey again, and then the ceremony's over. And it was long though. It was like over an hour for the ceremony. But I mean, hey, you gotta give people their flowers, so can't like hate on it completely. But it was a long fucking game, long fucking ceremony. All right, now going to the box score for this game. Aaliyah Boston had 10 points, 15 rebounds. So she had a double-double. Kelsey Mitchell had 21 points. Caitlin Clark had 23 points, 8 assists, 7 turnovers because she's the turnover queen in the WNBA. Lexi Hull had 10 points. Love to see her doing well. Damiris Dantas had 8 points. She was playing really great. But then for the Minnesota Lynx, you had Bridget Carlson with 16 points. Napheesa Collier had 31 points. Crazy. 1 steal, 1 block. Kayla McBride had a great night, 19 points. Courtney Williams had 10 points. Tisha Heidemann had 10 points. So a pretty good night for the Lynx. And honestly, they needed to win this game because it would have been a little embarrassing if they lost this game on the Maya Moore jersey retirement night, have to be honest. So happy that they got the win. Don't really care that much for either team, to be honest, but I appreciate the individuals on the team as a whole. But anyway, that was it for tonight. If you like this kind of content where I recap things, please like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the things that you do on social media, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah, peace.